This is Steve Robbins. Welcome to the Get It Done Guys quick and dirty tips to work less and do more. Intern MG has been hired full-time, not by us, by the local newspaper. They said something about never having met such a professional young man. MG, really? The intern? The 20-year-old intern? I had to ask, "So, MG, how did you land such a cushy job?" His reply, punctuation. And with that word, MG has revealed one of the most subtle secrets of reputation management in the online world. On TV, orange is the new black, but online, punctuation is the new orange, or something like that. You see, people form their impression of you in the first few seconds. In person, your first impression is your clothes and your demeanor, but online, on social media sites and resumes and cover letters, your first impression is nonverbal. It's punctuation, grammar, and writing skill, which I guess is sort of verbal, but it's not the content, it's the form. And for better or worse, those are now how we make a first impression. Now you might think that these details don't matter. After all, everyone texts with spelling and grammar errors, and perhaps if you're texting someone you know, coming across that way is fine. But if you're texting, emailing, and posting on social media sites, or if you're writing someone you don't know, your first impression will come from those texts. First impressions and the trappings of success count. That's how our brains are wired. Bankers still wear suits. That's because they realize appearance counts more than substance. Even after tanking the global economy and paying themselves tens of billions of dollars in bonuses from the bailout money, we still trust them. Why? Because they wear suits. And our brains instantly categorize them as trustworthy. We rush to give them our money. If they had 5 o'clock shadows, stank slightly of urine, and had visible lice crawling through their hair, we would run screaming into the arms of our nearest member-owned credit union to the betterment of both our financial lives and society. But instead, they wear suits, and we think they're great. Unconscious impressions count, and in the 21st century online world, grammar, capitalization, and punctuation are the equivalents of those suits. Use good grammar, and if you don't know good grammar, learn it. Subscribe to the wonderful grammar podcast, Grammar Girl, who founded the Quick and Dirty Tips Network. Listen to it, and then practice. Just knowing good grammar isn't enough. You have to train yourself to speak it. Make sure you learn the grammar of the people who you want to hang around with so that when you speak, their instant, unconscious reaction is, "This person is one of us." Now, as politically incorrect as it may be to say it, I'm going to go there. If you want to work in the high-paid upper socioeconomic professions in America, learn Midwestern, white English grammar. People react unconsciously to this stuff, so you need to use the grammar that will trigger their "this is a person worth taking seriously" reaction. That goes for idioms too. If you're hanging around with theater people and you text them "good luck" when they're about to go on stage, you've just branded yourself as a theater neophyte. Spell and capitalize correctly. Learn to use a spell checker and spell check before putting any piece of writing out there in public. When you misspell a word, it's like putting a giant sign on your forehead that says, "I are a sloppy, spell bad person." So now you lose grammar points too because that forehead sign isn't grammatical. Punctuation counts. Punctuate. Use periods at the ends of sentences. Use question marks at the end of questions. Commas are, as we all know, for the pauses that separate clauses. Exclamation points are for the emphasis. Exclamation points are for emphasis and should be used sparingly. Semicolons are used to separate independent clauses. They're similar to periods, but they tie sentences together somewhat more tightly. Punctuation also lends a tempo and rhythm to your writing, which can help reduce the ambiguity that comes with text-only communication. Capitalization also sends a message that you're taking care with your thinking. In English, capitalize the first word of each sentence, proper nouns, and titles. Learn the rules for the language that you're writing in. In German, for example, all nouns are capitalized. Write well whenever you're in public, or even lowercase public, because these are how you make a good impression. So use grammar, punctuation, and spelling anytime that you're in public. And by public, I mean when you tweet, in your LinkedIn profile, when you post Facebook status updates, on your resume, in any articles you write and post online, and with any other piece of writing that someone might see. When someone's investigating you for a job, they will look in all of these places. Even your normal innocent status updates send unconscious messages, as MG is apparently aware. His tweets are capitalized with proper punctuation. His Facebook status updates grammatical. His online impression, even socially, is of someone who's extremely competent, especially for a 20-year-old. No matter your aspirations, The first impression you make will speak volumes whether you want it to or not. More and more, that first impression is through text, so learn the basics. Soon, maybe you too can have multiple bylines above the fold on the front page of the Boston Globe, before you're even a junior in college. MG, bring me my coffee, please, or sweep the floor. Just do something menial. My ego's on the line here. This is Steve Robbins. I help CEOs and high-potential leaders develop the strategic skills they need to be able to lead their organizations. If you want to know more, visit steverobbins.com. That's SteverRobbins.com. Work less, do more, and have a great life.